Trying to do the live connect here. Checking the internet. It looks a little slow. Wanted to do a recap of the stats, kind of how things worked out. Players that their stats held up, players whose stats didn't hold up, and see where we're at as far as this Earl Thomas thing. I want to go over the free safeties or the safe doing something. Tomorrow is Monday. As you guys know, a lot of things. A lot of the big deals are made on Monday. Mondays. Also, let me open up the chat box real quick, guys. Sorry, Earl Thomas looking over some stuff for some of the safety still available if we decide to make a move. At this current time, excuse me, let me type this real quick. At this current time, Earl Thomas is not the only option out there. There is another option. See how we can get that to play into the Earl Thomas situation. So I want to start. Excuse me, guys. Start by saying salute. Another weekend. I need to pour thanks because we lost another preseason game, but I think if you mean the correct way, we lost anything. I think we just need to evaluate everything that happened, evaluate the players, evaluate where they are. The only way you lose in a preseason game is if you don't make the adjustments and you don't take the players you need and increase income, and if you don't cut back on certain players' time as needed. One player I'll say, Dak Prescott looks like he needs a little more playing time. Hey man, yeah, what's up, Stevie Vegas? Stevie Vega. Shorty, David Crunk, first one on the page. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, the defense looked amazing. I think it was almost at the end of the half. Cincinnati only had 10 yards, or at the end of. Oh, sorry, Barbara. There's no volume, zero volume. Is that what you're saying? Let me check the volume here. I'm not sure how to do this. I might have to call the wife in on this one. Hey, honey, do you know how to adjust the volume on this? Oh. Yeah, like the microphone, where it can read me better. You guys can hear me, or is it there's no way to adjust that, right? Okay, volume is good. Appreciate that, Harden. Volume is good, Barbara. If you want to check your speakers, maybe it's something to do with your volume, or maybe you got another window open that has. That's what happens with my Skype when I have my Skype open. Appreciate it, Scott. Okay, appreciate it, Isaiah. Hey, Barbara, I want everybody to be clear. Check your volume. Let me send her a message real quick. Well, you got. She can read your messages, so she should be good. Anyways, let me move forward, guys. There's a couple safety besides Earl Thomas that are available. One safety that was just cut. Also, I wanted to go over the stats of the game that we had. Okay. Sorry, sweetie. I'll talk up as loud as I can. I'll try to speak as loud as I can, and the other guys can turn their volume down a little bit. Anyways, the situation with the game. As you guys know, we lost the game. Not a big deal to lose a preseason game. What I'm pissed about in the preseason game is I think there's a few players that didn't get the playing time that they deserve. And those are players that we're hearing are still under suspect, like whether they're going to get a contract or not, or maybe, I really doubt this, but we're not hearing good things in play. I mean, it's insane to cut a guy like, that'd be like cutting Gronkowski. Like, it'd be like saying Gronkowski hadn't proven himself. Or, Beckham Jr. hasn't proven himself. You seen some of the catches the dude's made? Come on, man. And I'm not saying Rico Gathers is level. What I'm saying is he's made some plays. Every time he gets on the field, he makes a play similar to something that those guys would do. So you've got to give him the opportunity. game in a nutshell. First quarter, we were looking pretty good. Exactly. Rest of the game, we might be in trouble. Exactly. Starters are there, and salute to you guys. I'm going. It's a big one, but today's Sunday, and I'm on vacation, so that's how the America gear here with my new Cowboy shirt that I picked up yesterday. But I did want to say, guys, I think the game we look, it's our coaching staff is trash. From yes, exactly, and I stated that in the comment yesterday. I really don't understand the playing time that some of the guys are getting. I think they're doing good with some players. Rico Gathers definitely needs more of an opportunity to get on the field. He had 2 catches. He had 3 targets. And I do think a large part of it is Linehan. I think Linehan doesn't like. I think Jason, as Rico goes, is 50-50 on him. So when you got your offensive coordinator that's not hot on him, and then you got your coach that's 50-50, uh, they're gonna they're gonna end up, like I said in a video previously, they're gonna end up with shit on their face if they cut this guy, because he's gonna go to another team. And what I say is, if you're gonna cut him, you know what? Cut him now and let him go. Let him find a team before the season starts. It's ridiculous. Do the guy a damn favor if you're gonna sit him on the bench and not keep him. One thing, Mike White did not look good. Cooper Rush did not look very good as well. And Dak looked okay. So as far as QB play, it wasn't the best. Um, they had high pass completion percentages, but to me that's about it. So let me go on to the stats here for the game. I want to pull those up. Rod Smith did okay with 13 carries. He still only had 50 yards. I want to get to that here in just a second. Maximat, is that what it is? Yeah. I'm not happy with the situation with this Earl Thomas thing. We can't do anything until Monday. Not many moves are made on Sunday, but with us having um, Xavier Woods, which I think has the ability to be our best safety. And Heath is going to get a lot better. Heath actually played better the last 2 games than I've seen him play previously, and I think that's because Keith Richard has got him taking his angles better. It's really important that the angles that the safety takes. If the safety takes the wrong angle at a play, the player has the ball, and if you take the wrong angle at a receiver that you're having to cover, or if the corner to you and you take the wrong angle and that receiver blows past you, as a safety you're burnt. The same thing with a tackle. If a runner comes around the corner and you're the safety, you have to make a tackle. If you make a bad angle at that guy and you miss him, you got to make sure you at least slow him down and try to make the tackle so other players can get there. If you make a horrible angle and that running back sees it, he's going to jet around you, he's gone. And that's the plays that were happening that weren't working well for the Cowboys in the previous safety core. So, D. Will, you're on spot. I really think Rico Gathers is, and I've been saying it since he had the preseason games 2 years ago, where he had the really good work with why the Cowboys aren't giving him the opportunity. I really think it's ridiculous. As far as going over the stats, here we go, guys. Rico Gathers had 2 catches. He had 3 targets for 32 yards. He averaged 16 yards a catch. Rod Smith had a 19-yard. I believe that was a screen pass. Lenore had a 19-yard. Dalton Schultz had 4 receptions. Come on, let's give the guy the opportunity. 4 receptions, and he only had 18 yards. Come on, man. That's to me, that's counterproductive, especially on the passing game when you're passing because you need some yards. And Rico Gathers will get you those yards after as you guys can see, the one-handed catch just 4 days ago in practice, and then the catch he made in the game, which was outstanding. I showed it on the last video. If you guys also, please like and subscribe to the channel. All of these thumbs up help my videos move to the top of the guys. It's moving pretty quick. I really appreciate it. I hope I'm able to answer you guys' questions and get communication back and forth with you guys. I try to really stay active in the chat box and be active as well. We need Earl Thomas for leadership, and I really agree with that. And the leadership would be instant with him knowing the current secondary coaches, Chris Richard, Keith Richard's type of style. He knows how to present that to them and introduce himself, and for Richard to say, hey, this is going to be a leader on our defense. And dude, in a second like that is the leader of that defense. They were pretty much all checkdowns to Schultz. It was almost the same exact passes Dak was always throwing to Witten. Exact same damn replica. And it even, you're right, Stevie Mac, it even had the perception of when they caught the ball, it looked like they were under the coverage. So it was always a catch. Those catches were a catch with the defender behind them. They turned, the defender hit him, and the play was over there. There was no separation. There was no, and Rico gets separation just because of his size. And as you guys saw, go back and look at that catch he made when he prevented the interception, reached over that guy, reached over the defender and caught the ball. They hit him and knocked him out of bounds. He kept his balance, went down to a 3-point stance, and almost got up and took off down the sideline. If he would have had another 2 feet on the sideline there, he would have been. I think he just was in at the right time. I don't. The running back crew, both Scarborough, and then you've also got Hearns. Some people have him listed as a running back. Some people have him listed as a receiver. So, anyways, as far as that goes, Jalen Smith looked amazing. He only had, 3.5 tackles, basically 4 tackles. He had 3 solo tackles, two assisted tackles. The stat I wanted to get to on the receivers here, real quick. I wanted to count the number of receptions our receivers had. We did pass the ball 40 times. 40 passes is a lot. We don't pass the ball normally 40 times. So that will change once the season starts. Weed out our receivers, weed out our tight ends, and get those things rolling. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gallup is 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. We had 12 different players with receptions in the game. So that's pretty good. Last game was 16, so I think we're narrowing it down. We're trying to get that down as low as we can, but we've got to get a couple of the guys off the roster. So on to the Earl Thomas information. It seems like that's what everybody's looking for. That's what we're all asking to see, and that is where we are on that. As you guys know, we